Hello focus friends. Today we're going to be looking at the concept of hypertrophy. Hypertrophy is an essential concept to understand for anyone who wants to drive changes in strength and power. When you challenge your muscles so that they increase in power and mass, hypertrophy is the process that initiates that change. Simplistically, it can be thought of as a process for developing small tears in the fabric of your muscles. Now, you might think of a tear as a bad thing, and it can be, but at the microscopic level of muscle tissue, it's good because it's the thing that stimulates muscle growth. But here's a challenge. We have evolved in such a way that our muscles are remarkably good at adapting so that they become resilient and strong just where they need to be, and they store energy just where it's needed. Obviously, at the end of the day, this is mostly a benefit, but it does also have the consequence of reducing hypertrophy during the very exercise we're doing because we're trying to induce it. An example of this muscle adaptation can be seen in static strength exercises. You may have tried this kind of a challenge at school. If you put your back against a wall and bend your legs so that your thighs are parallel to the ground, acting like you're sitting on an invisible chair. When you're not used to doing this, it quickly becomes very hard. But if you practice it just once a day for as little as 2 weeks, you'll find that it becomes easy. The muscles have adapted to ensure strength and resources are available where they're most needed, and you'll find you're able to sit in the position for a long period of time in relative comfort. Now, the challenge this presents is that these same adaptations are a large part of why we plateau in training and cease making compound improvements in fitness that we want to make. They tend to block hypertrophy. In future videos, we'll take a look at more sophisticated training patterns that can be used to induce hypertrophy. Today, though, I'll just note the simple approach that can be taken if, for example, you're training at the gym. Now, there are a number of approaches to stress the muscles during a training session at the gym. You can build up in your sets to lifting the maximum that you can for the number of reps that you're doing, or you can choose to keep doing reps until failure. You can strive to vary the type and range of lift and the angles at which you're doing each type of lift. Or, and this is a good one, you can focus on maintaining form and slowing your reps to induce higher stress. But it's important that you ensure at least one of these stress factors is adequately used during your set. Another important discipline, and perhaps the greatest weakness many of us share today, avoid using your phone or checking social media between sets, and try always to start your next set within 90 seconds of the previous one. Finally, another important element in the mixture, and one that's often underestimated, is that having induced hypertrophy, ensure you give your muscles sufficient recovery time to grow and adapt. They don't adapt when you're working out, but during the recovery time after you've finished working out. Both intense focus workouts with good form, followed by restful recovery, good whole foods, and good sleep are required to maximize progression. Do the work, then rest to reap the rewards. See the link below this video in the Simple Focus app for an excellent video by Dr Andrew Huberman and Dr Andy Galpin. They do a deep dive into the physiological details of hypertrophy, and it's really worth a look. Understand the science well, and you'll find that you can get far more value out of your training time. Hi, my name's Paul Lansfield. I make these videos daily to work in conjunction with my app, Simple Focus. Originally, I made Simple Focus just for myself, but I soon discovered it works for everyone. So I've expanded it to include a daily magazine where I present the best self-improvement advice available from the greatest sources and minds out there on the internet. Simple Focus is the opposite of a weighty self-improvement program. It implements the philosophy of small steps and provides a curated daily drip feed of habit-changing, thoughtful improvement topics. Not every topic's going to affect change, but if you're prepared to give a few moments focus each day, many will. And each time you do, like interest payments on a savings account, your movement towards better living can only gain in momentum. Simple Focus provides a quick-to-use self-improvement checklist. See your progress at a glance. Acquire the habit of self-improvement daily, with a morning checklist, objective of the day, and an evening review. View and prioritize objectives for the positive habits you'd like to form. Great video content appears daily in the magazine, and when you see something you like, add it to your objectives.